Hey everybody, hope you are doing well. Look on the screen. You probably saw her. She was listed as the angry wife on the divorce court and entertaining. By the way, I think they still had that show. Is it on All Black or BET? Judge Lynn Toller. She has her show. Wow, I highly recommend it. And for some reason, I drew a blank. I am so sorry. And I watched that show. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. But Google it. And if you haven't checked it out, check it out. So remember her on the show. She and her husband, he was complaining. One while she's a breadwinner, then the next while he's the breadwinner. You better than everybody else, but yet you ain't really doing nothing with yourself. You can't even keep yourself up. You don't comb your hair, your clothes be falling off, but yet I got every other dude in my face telling me that, oh, you know what? I could do you better than your man can. But I still stay. I still stay because I love him, y'all. So she still stayed because she love him, Your Honor. But I still stay. I still stay because I love him, Your Honor. Let's talk about that. I was going to do some more videos, but this conversation, I said, oh my God, I had to share with you guys. I mentioned this before on the channel. So I know Becky's family, okay? So Becky and Tyrone, they get together in a relationship. Now, kind of gave you some background information. Becky she's been married before. She has what, 2 or 3 kids from the first marriage to Brad, and they got a divorce. Then she started dating Tyrone, having her some fun, and then she got the stomach mumps, and the dude, well, he kind of went out to lunch. Yep. So she found herself divorced. Her 2 or 3 kids from the no, I'm sorry, yeah, 2 kids, because the biracial child would be the third child. Yes. So she finds herself, okay, divorced, got 2 kids, getting money for those 2 kids, but now she's got the third child, the biracial child, by Tyrone, and he's kind of taking a flight. The dude is gone. Raising this child all by herself, along with the other 2. It caused a problem in the family dynamics based on their feelings about race relations. Fast forward, she can't handle it, or she makes a decision, rather, to go ahead and give the biracial child up, give her up for adoption. Yeah. They both go on with their lives. Tyrone, he then meets a black woman, and they get together and they have a family. They got married. They have I know they have at least one child. Okay, both working, doing their thing. He said he visited back home and then found out that someone said, "Hey, you know what? Becky did have that child." He inquired about it. The person said, "Hey, she's not raising the kid. She put the child up for adoption." Okay. So when he found out that the child was put up for adoption, he decides to, oh, okay. He decides to go ahead and find out, about the child. And as I understand, at this point, they're like in a small town, so it's not like it's a big, a big old surprise. Like, you got to hire an investigator. Nah. It's in a small town. So when he finds out about the child, that they have that she did have that baby, he went, got the child, and brought it back home. So now it's him, his wife, their child, and the daughter, okay, that he had with Becky, the biracial child. Ladies, I'm going to say this before I drop the boom on you. When it comes to dating these men, I think now we got to do more investigative work, like to find out, aside from children, do you have a baby mama that's out there, any potential baby mamas, any children in the adoption home? We may have to start investigating the baby mama. That doesn't make any sense. Oh, it does make a whole lot of sense. So we fast forward. The child has been in the home, guess how long? 1 year. They've had the child for a year. Now working people check the check. Guess what happened? He dropped dead. He died. He dropped he dropped dead. Passed away. Any insurance money? Any life insurance? Is there a portfolio? Whatever little money he had in his checking account, that's pretty much it. Fast forward, now you got a black woman left raising their child and his child too. He's left you with an extra mouth to feed. And this a couple, they're like, oh, I think they're maybe like late 30s, hitting up 40. That's what I understand. Well, at least him, he's like in his late 30s, almost 40. So it wasn't, he's, it's not an older, it's not old. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody, And, I did ask him, like, what happened? What, how did he die? That is something. No, I didn't get any detail. Just say, hey, we just heard that he died. But look what happened. Once again, talk about an angry wife. Once again, black woman left holding the bag. Meantime, in between time, guess what? Becky's already remarried to Brad. She on husband number 2. She's married to Brad. Got married. Oh, she's a housewife, by the way. She and Brad had a child. So she got her too from the previous marriage. Now she's married Brad, and they have a baby. So she's a housewife, sitting at home. She doesn't have a public job. Her job is being a mom to their child. Meantime, in between time, why I say this is so unfair, here's a black woman raising her kid. No financial assistance. A black woman is now raising her kid. So he's basically left the black woman with their child and another mouth to feed and see about. A whole new human being that you have to take care of. But Becky, she's remarried to Brad. She's got married again. And she's just, a little homemaker. She's a housewife. And Brad is paying those bills and she's chilling. It doesn't seem fair to me. But now this black woman has her parental responsibility. I'm like, this is crazy to me. Now the black woman, you got to handle all of this by yourself. You're handling her child. But again, she put up for adoption. Who can we look at? Her man. Again, I was told the child has been in the home for a year, and look up, he has died. And I thought about this here lady too, the one they said one angry wife. You ain't really doing nothing with yourself. And her husband saying to her, you ain't doing nothing with yourself. Are we surprised? It's hard for a lot of black women to, quote, do something with themselves because they're always on that survival train, always having to clean up somebody else's mess, picking up mess from your man. Yet they always complain. Now, just so you know, this is not the black woman, okay? I just showed her because she was the one saying about her husband complaining. And it's like, this is pretty much a lot of black women, you're supposed to do everything, take care of everybody, and then you want to hear complaints about what you're doing and what you're not doing, like her husband was telling her on this show. Everybody else, but yet you ain't really doing nothing with yourself. You can't even keep yourself up. You don't comb your hair, your clothes be falling off. Because she probably stressed as hell. Stressed to the max. Because why? All the responsibility. She don't have an asset. She got a big old 6 foot, 200-pound liability on her back. She ain't doing nothing with herself. A lot of them want to complain that way. Well, maybe they could. Are you pitching in to help with their children? How about you go home and bring on all the bacon, or at least the majority of it? 50-50 ain't jack. 50-50 ain't CHIT. It ain't shit. You got a roommate, and when you are a woman and you're a mother, girl, it's not 50-50. Because you're doing more of the housework, cleaning, take care of him and those kids. 50-50 my foot. a glorified roommate. I thought to myself, this is crazy. The black woman is now taking care of the child. It's all on her. All he did was leave her with an extra mouth to feed. And the child is innocent. Didn't ask to be here. I'm just tired of us getting the short end of the stick. Picking up all these liabilities, so many bags on our back, wonder we don't have back problems. And that after all of that, the so-called kings, the kingdomless kings, they love to complain. Again, I'm wondering if now we might need to start doing, who have you dated? Are there any potential pregnancies out here? Add that to the list. Are any of your kids in foster care? Everybody's different. Everybody's different. You may call me mean. If it was me, I'm not raising. I don't care if it's him sitting up here. Well, honey, I got a child by Becky. Well, that's just too bad. You better call a family. Or that child looks just like so. It's blonde, and Blondie gonna have to go someplace else because I'm not waiting. Listen, I'm not doing it. You want a bed? Oh, I can show you. Well, Blondie better go with the rest of the blondes because I don't know what to tell your son. And this happens to women all the time. It's just like give, and take. And out of all the taking, where's the prize? I'm just seeing struggle. I'm seeing more responsibility. Where is the prize at? This clown, he didn't even leave him with a paid for home. He ain't left with nothing. Again, as I'm telling you, whatever money's in that little account, that's all that there is. But she has a whole nother mouth to. It just does not seem fair to me. Oh, well, that happened before they got married. I see a whole lot of giving. No, I see less giving and more taking. And some women have a good heart. They can deal with it. But you're going to have some things in place. You got to have some kind of money lined up in place. We need to know in case something happens, it's going to be a guaranteed check somewhere. Because if it's not, I think it's time to do packing some bags. I said, isn't this interesting? So she is left with a whole nother mouth to feed. And her mother sitting up remarried with Brad having her baby, and she just sitting up playing housewife. And the kids that she had, those kids pretty much from look at the comparison, they're like teens. But she gets to sit at home with her baby and her new husband and start all over again. And the black woman has to raise her child. The husband has died, no money left, much to her chagrin. You gotta be kidding me. Sometimes single might be the best way to go. I'm sorry. Well, somebody got to replenish the earth. It's a whole lot of us going to go out there and do that. Sometimes these men, I don't care what national. It can be a white one, a brown one, a plaid one, Caucasian, Blackistan, the Asian man, Mr. Wong. He gets caught doing wrong too. I don't care. A lot of these men are just not worth it. Just not worth it. I said, I'm listening, and I got to thinking. So the black woman is left with the bag again. We're not put here to be bag holders. Oh, that's okay. Just put the heavy on us. We gotta set a standard. If it's not an asset, I'm gonna need you to move your non-asset away from me. We ought to be tired of taking on the liability. And I thought about it. More than likely, I can't say, but I'm guessing it's probably a 50-50 relationship. What now? Do you downsize? Nope. Back on the struggle bus because you one check down with an extra mouth to feed. Where's the upside? Where is the upside? As this lady was saying, she was upset about her husband.
Again, I got every other dude in my face telling me that, oh, you know what? I could do you better than your man can. But I still stay. I still stay because I love him, y'all.
Love needs to be reciprocal. The love needs to be reciprocated. And if a man is a real man, he'll go and get a second job so his woman won't struggle. I thought about that. And sure, because I did ask, like, was he sick or anything? And my understanding was he just died. There wasn't, like, terminal illness, whatever happened. And of course, life happens. But look what's left behind. Not a legacy, a struggle bus tragedy. I thought about that and I thought about it later. I didn't tell my homegirl, but I thought about it later and I thought, so now the black woman raising their child alone and Becky's child too. Her husband. He hasn't left any money behind to take care of him. So now she has to figure it out. She has to figure it out. And Becky gets remarried and gets to play housewife. Doesn't have a job. So now the black woman, she got to work. And of course, clean and take care of 2 kids. Take care of 2 kids. And I do wish them well. Again, the child is innocent. And it's a girl, of course, that's what I'm saying, she didn't ask to be here. She's innocent. I'm glad she was able to find love in home. But what I'm looking at is what black women have to do all the time when they get with a typical Tyrone. Here comes some more drama. Here comes some more drama. Now she has to figure it out all by herself. So this day and age, you see why a lot of women, sometimes you can learn, you don't have to experience it, but just by observing. You see why a lot of women just want to try to back their truck up. And why you see they're like, I'm going to go ahead and take my chance. I'm going to travel. If the right man doesn't come along, oh well. Because guess what? It's a whole lot of wrong one showing the hell up.
Still stay. I still stay because I love him, y'all.
And guess what? Women, we got to start loving ourselves. We have to. We got to start loving ourselves. We're more emotional than men in comparison. Life is business. We have to see it that way. We're going to have to force ourselves to digest that message, whether you like it or not, because then it can affect your decision-making process. Not all emotional is business. I said, well, I got to thinking about that later. The black woman is stuck with the responsibility again. All on her. Life changed in a year. He's brought home an extra child. Then he drops dead. But we shouldn't be surprised. Wow, what, 84% of the breadwinners? And the number's probably higher now if they were to do a more current assessment. It's like you just can't win with some of these men. Anyway, let me know what you all think. I was going to do some of the videos. I said, wow, that just takes the cake. This takes the cake. Thanks for watching. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and share. Dust buckets, honey, for me, they are just too much. Them and their drama, the liabilities. Me personally, and they come in all nationalities. They are just too much to bear. And I'm out.